days from now, South Carolina kicks off its highly anticipated season. Aflac kickoff. Game will be in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and that will be at 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. It's Virginia Tech up against South Carolina. Now joining us as he does all throughout the college football season multiple times, Shane Beamer here with us. Coach, always appreciate the time. Thanks so much for it, and how are you?
Definitely. Always appreciate you having me on, and I'm doing well. Classes started today in Columbia, so feels like college, and we know football is near.
You guys were arguably the hottest team in the country down the stretch last year, so you guys got that taste of success, and it was a really good second half of the season for you guys. Where's the focus of this group, as now no one's sleeping on South Carolina and people have sky-high expectations for your group this year?
Yeah, really good. Our guys, when they came back in January, were very motivated to take things even farther as a team in 25. No one was patting themselves on the back about what we got done in 24. It was an edge about ourselves, disappointment in not getting to our ultimate goal last season. And our guys have been very, intentional about working to be even better in 25, while also knowing all the hard work that goes into it and how hard winning is. So I've been proud of them. We're still very young in a lot of spots and got a lot of new faces in our program that weren't even here last season. But the work ethic I couldn't be more pleased with.
And you got a tough group, and I know it's SEC play, but with some of the losses you guys suffered, I thought you should have won the LSU game. You guys got screwed by the officials. All right, you got blown out by Ole Miss, and then you lose by 2 points to Alabama. I was curious if that was going to break your team. Why was the group not only able to recover last year, but then soar and fly down the stretch of the season?
I'd say it starts with the culture in our program and the people in our program and what we're about day in, day out. My dad used to always say when he was coaching that, as a coach and as a program, you're working every day for the crisis, meaning that, there's going to be adversity that comes up throughout the year that may be a crisis on the outside, but if you have the right people and you have a strong culture, you can overcome that by the work you put in when things are smooth, if that makes sense. And then you go back to the young men that we had on the team last year, but especially the leadership. We had a lot of older guys on our team last year that were very invested in South Carolina football and were very purposeful about getting things right. And we knew how close we were after some of those tough losses and that we just needed to continue to improve and get better, and that's what we did.
Shane Beamer here with us. Potential means you haven't done it yet. Last year, we saw the potential of your quarterback, and it translate onto the field. He was awesome. How do you kind of look back at what LaNorris Sellers did a year ago, and what did you challenge him this offseason to get even better at?
Yeah, I think when you look back at him last year, it was a guy that just was very young and inexperienced. He hadn't started a game in college until last year, and he had some injury issues. He didn't play the entire game against Kentucky because of an injury. He missed half the LSU game because of an injury. He missed the entire Akron game in Game 4 because of an injury. So he was very inexperienced the first half of the season. But then once he got healthy and was able to stay healthy, you just watched the way that he improved. We lost Ole Miss at home, but then he takes us on the road to Alabama. We almost have a chance to win that game in Tuscaloosa. It comes down to the final play and beat Oklahoma the next week and didn't lose again the rest of the season. And a lot of that was because of the way that he improved and got better as the year went on. And then with him this offseason, it's just understanding how much better he can get and continuing to become more and more knowledgeable about the offense and get some fundamental things cleaned up at the quarterback position and just continuing to be the person and the leader that he is. And that's exactly what he's done.
And we know that the future looks bright for your program, and it's a testament to what you've built the last few years. We know that he got a lot of offers this offseason. The fact that he stayed, how did you kind of go through that process, and were you ever afraid that you were going to lose LaNorris this offseason?
I wasn't, and maybe I'm naive to what's going on around me, but it was kind of one of those, like, why would you leave? I understand there's financial things at play. I get that, but you're talking about a guy that's from South Carolina that loves this place. He's happy here. He's got a good team around him. His brother's a freshman receiver on our team right now. Don't mess with happiness. And He knows that short term, long term, this was the best place for him. So we had conversations, just kind of where his head was, and a lot of those conversations were more just because we had to hire a new offensive coordinator. So he and I were having conversations about that. But really, for him, he spent more time trying to get great players to come here and play with him than he spent looking to go somewhere else and play.
What do you say to people that are iffy about your team being a college football playoff team, or say, hey, maybe even South Carolina could make the college football playoff, but they won't win the SEC? Because it feels like everyone still tries to put limitations on what South Carolina could do from the outside.
Yeah, I've been very adamant about there is no ceiling on our program. We've beaten the top teams in the SEC in my time here for the most part at South Carolina. We've shown we can compete against the best, and we have what we need to be successful here from a resource standpoint, from a recruiting base standpoint. We understand that we play in a league that, you may not win the league, but if you're one of the top half in this league, you're one of the best teams in the country. And you just look at strength of schedule and who we play in this conference. It's awesome. And what I would say to those people is, we know we have a lot of work to do, and we have a big challenge every single Saturday when we suit up. But we have what we need here to be a top team this year, and not just this year, but down the road and long term as well.
Give me a little bit on your defense. I know you lose Kyle Kennard to the NFL, won the Nagurski Trophy last year. You have a pair of AP All-Americans on the defensive side of the ball, and there are big expectations for what Dylan Stewart did last year.
Yeah, lost a lot. We lost our top 4 defensive tackles, we lost our top 3 linebackers, and we lost our starting corner and a starting safety in Nicky Manwari that's with the Seahawks now. So we've got to replace the middle of the defense, and those are big losses. But we've recruited well there. I'm excited about some young freshmen that we have. I'm excited about some guys we've brought in from the transfer portal, and we bring back the bulk of our secondary. We're certainly going to be athletic in the secondary. When you have a pass rusher like Dylan Stewart, that's a great starting point. And I think we got a lot of guys on defense that they hear the talk out there about all the guys we lost on defense and how are we going to be as good. And I think they certainly have a chip on their shoulder to go out there and show that, we've played good defense around here at South Carolina since I've been here, and nothing is going to change this year either.
Well, Coach, good luck. I know it's a cool way to open up the season. Neutral site game up against Virginia Tech in Atlanta, Georgia, part of the Aflac Kickoff Series. We appreciate the time and good health and good luck this season.
You got it. Looking forward to it. Go Gamecocks.